So this is another book review. This one's going to be on Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's just a quick, some of the takeaways I got from the book, some things that I really remembered and that stuck with me. And so here they are. Pretty much the main thing was if you have an opinion that gets in the way of your happiness, you should just get rid of it. It's a pretty simple concept. Not really that much of an original thought, but it is a good thing to keep in mind if you're having something that's really on your mind and bugging you. So that's a good thing to teach. And then another thing he talks about is if someone does something that kind of pisses you off or makes you angry, instead of getting angry back at them or getting angry in the first place, you should teach them, which is another simple concept. A lot of it they're really simple concepts that do work. And then another one is the concept of pain, or not being afraid of feeling pain and welcoming pain because it's a necessary part of life, and essentially that life is suffering. So that's just a good concept, especially if you're like a fighter or a martial artist. A lot of these concepts and principles are very applicable to your training and your mindset and your mentality. So yeah, it's pretty good. And then what's another one that he talked about? He goes on about so pretty much like pleasure isn't always a necessary good, and Aristotle goes over this too. And you shouldn't really just chase pleasure because it doesn't really lead to any satisfaction, although it's somewhat necessary to moderate your pleasure in your life with food and drink and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the main takeaways. There are some other concepts that he talks about, but it's pretty much a book about detachment and getting away from thinking that is destructive and anxiety. And he also goes over a lot of things about death and how you should welcome death and you shouldn't be afraid of death. And he gives a lot of analogies and concepts that kind of give you some insight or a different perspective on dying and living a life where you could die tomorrow. Essentially, everything's detachment. It's the main concept of the book, and detaching from your worldly desires and falling more in line with your natural nature and your balance of your natural instincts to live as a human being. And it is natural to be intellectual, and it is natural to reason. And he goes over why such things are true. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Meditations. It's a really good book. I highly recommend it. It will give you a sense of calm that other books won't be able to give you. It kind of will cleanse you of a lot of unnecessary heavy burden and thinking mentalities that you don't necessarily need. So that's mainly the main takeaways from the book. So thanks for listening to this book review, guys. Be sure to check out the next one. Peace.